Welcome back to Chicago Cars Direct. Today we're going to spend some time with the most prestigious SUV to grace the American roads. This is a 2007 Range Rover Supercharged. Under the hood of the Range Rover Supercharged, you're going to find the 4.2-liter supercharged V8 engine. This they use in the Range Rover Sport model Supercharged. This is in the Jaguar XJR, the XKR. But they've used this for a while now, and it's been a bulletproof engine. It's really a blast to drive. 400 horsepower in the supercharged mode. It's made it to the 6-speed automatic, which you get across the entire model range. But full-time four-wheel drive, there's no transfer cases or anything like that where you need to switch yourself between 2 and 4. It's all automatic, but Storm Away Gray is the name of this color. Over charcoal, and this does have the rear seat entertainment, but let's walk around it because it's virtually brand new. Then we'll take it for a spin and show you what a brand new Range Rover Supercharged looks like. The Supercharged models come pretty well loaded, so there is a lot of equipment to go over on these particular trucks. It is a 9.5 out of 10, and the only reason I'm taking the half point away is just because it's been driven. I really don't have any damage to point out on the car, as well as stone chips. Usually you'll find a couple stone chips low. You got a little tiny blemish here. But beyond that, I mean, they don't really even get up to the hood because it's such a large truck. Range Rover lettering, obviously perfect. These are a bi-xenon adaptive headlamp. They do steer with the car at night. It's pretty neat to see. Silver finish on the grille here. That is part of the Range Rover Supercharged model as well. But park sensors all across the front. You do have front and rear park assist with a backup camera. But coming around to the side here, you're going to find the 20-inch wheel standard from Land Rover. We just put a brand new set of tires on here. You do have Brembo brakes as well up here, but this is a 20-inch, let me give you the actual size. It is a 255/50 R20, but that is the standard 20 that you get on there. The gills on the side there, they're a mesh, like a silver mesh similar to the front. That is part of the Supercharged as well, but down the driver's side it's perfect. We did put that full set of tires on it, so these are brand new as well. Same size as the front, 255/50 R20. Around the back, some of the changes you get with the Supercharger as well. Dual outlet exhaust, you've got the clear lamp tail lenses as well as the Supercharged badge there. But again, backup camera. If you'll notice the black badging on the Land Rover symbol, that's indicative of the Supercharged models because that was the original Land Rover badge, but the black one they brought back for the Supercharged models. They went to green as part of a green initiative, but the passenger side is stunning like the driver's. This has one of my favorite designs for the rear hatch. It's a clamshell design, ideal for tailgating if you're a football fan, or I guess anything you can tailgate at. You can now tailgate at the White Sox games. I'm not a White Sox fan, so I'll stick to football. But check this out, you can hang out back here. Got the rear floor mats. This is for the rear seats. We've got the fronts already up there, but we'll show you with the picture as you see right here. And then take a look below here. You've got, well, I do have the full set of Rover books in here and a completely untouched spare with a brand new tire on it, never used. Back here you have the drive for the navigation and also the 6-disc CD changer for the DVDs in the rear headsets. Take a look inside. The interior on here is stunning. It's a non-smoker car, so it still does smell like leather. But I am on the access height. It's easy for me to get into. Just step right in. And visibility like no other truck you can imagine. You do have a power tilt and telescope steering wheel here, so you can raise it to whatever distance you so choose appropriate. Automatic setting here for the Xenons. And then take a look at the door panel. This was a brand new interior for 07. They even redesigned this, but you can see the black piano wood there, along with the speaker on the Harman Kardon Logic 7 Sound. Phenomenal stereo, by the way. You can probably tell from where we're sitting here, the vantage point from up here is unbelievable. I mean, you can see the edge of the hood from here, and you can virtually see the ground like right outside the doors. I mean, it's just such an unbelievable vantage point. You kind of feel like you're sitting on top of it, but it doesn't drive as if you're sitting on top of it. You got a multi-function steering wheel here that is heated as well, and you do have voice activation. There's a bunch of navigation, audio functions that you can actually control by voice there. Pretty neat. Super legible gauges. You only have 4 gauges there. There's a trip computer right in the middle here that the turn signal stalk will run you through if you just hit the button on the end, but Up top here, you're going to find the navigation system. Probably one of my favorites because it actually incorporates the music and everything in here, but it's all touch screen. So you have a settings function, a on-road information function, 4x4 info. It shows we're at access height right now because you do have the height adjustable suspension. Over here, this is going to take you to the navigation home, which shows our screen there. The car does have Bluetooth. If you do pair the phone, it'll show all the phone settings right there, and then you go right back to music. Now the music on this is a Harman Kardon Logic 7 sound system. Over here you have a 6-disc CD changer mounted right in the glove box, so you can actually access that real easy. But you do have satellite radio as well. There, I'll show you the, I believe it's a Sirius satellite subscription there, so you can just call that number to pair your subscription up. But below that, you'll find the dual zone climate control. Just hit auto, dial up to the right temperature, kind of set and forget it. I know I use that word a lot, but that's really how these systems are. Over here you're going to find the button for the heated windscreen. It's essentially your defrost function, and this one right here will turn on all your defrost, so it essentially goes to a max defrost mode. Below there you're going to find a nice new addition for the 07 model is you've got air conditioned and heated seats. So you can choose either or. You can flip through which stage if you want to just seat bottom and the back, or just the back. But just turn those right back to turn them off. We do have a reverse camera as part of the park distance control, so I'll go ahead and pop in reverse, and you can see right behind us there. Let's go hit one of the Mercedes. Oh, I'm not going to hit it because I got a camera that shows me where it's at, and the park distance also works in conjunction. Pretty neat. Take a look at the seats. These are the luxury seats that's standard on the Supercharged model, but we do have dual power with a 3-position driver's memory. But everything in here smells new, looks new, feels new. As far as the shifter here for the 6-speed, you've got a regular, just conventional automatic shifter. Drop in drive, you're going to go forward. Pop it to the left, it's going to put you in sport mode. Beyond that, if you pull it back to downshift, push it forward to upshift, you're going to go into a manual shift mode. I don't use that very often. The sport mode for me is often more than enough. It's going to give you the best acceleration when you're either on the road or from a stop, but it also amplifies the active suspension. It will flatten the truck out, it won't lean as much because you do have active suspension on all 4 corners when you're cornering. Back of that, you're going to find the familiar terrain response system with 4 settings. You got grass, gravel, and snow, mud ruts, sand, and then the rock crawl mode. Just use this knob here to facilitate that. That's what she said. And then the height adjustable suspension you're going to find right here. You can see the car goes up just like this. And then you've got hill descent control right here, as well as the transfer case here for the high and low range on the transfer case. In the back you do have dual twin headrests here. You got TVs in each, and 7-channel surround on the Logic 7, so it actually encodes to the television as the sound comes out. But great stadium seating. I'm actually sitting higher than the front occupants in here. You also have individual climate back here, as well as the outboard heated rear seats. So people on the outside here do get a toasty butt and your individual climate control that can be defeated from up there. And then with the rear entertainment system, you've got an auxiliary input for audio for the front, and then a video control. So if you wanted to watch a separate player or use like a video game system, you have that option back here. Behind the wheel of the Range Rover, be it just the HSE model or the Supercharged, the full-size Range Rover is far and away the most luxurious 4x4. You really don't feel like you're driving a large sport utility, and the looks are actually deceiving. But this is a big truck. This is not a small truck. If you look dimension-wise, I think they're very close to like a Tahoe or a short wheelbase Escalade. But extremely solid. Active suspension soaks everything up perfectly. In sport mode, it keeps the truck nice and flat, even makes it feel a lot smaller than it actually is again. But BMW did engineer it, so you've got BMW feel in the steering as well as the throttle and controls. This shifter is very similar to what you'd see in a BMW, but the car's overall dynamics feel more like the newer S550 Mercedes-Benz, just very damped, very powerful at the same time, which is why I love the Supercharged model. But I love the layout, I love the redesign of the interior, and this thing looks awesome. I could tell I was getting a few looks in this. I did drive it home last night and went out for dinner, and I got a few looks in it, and I forgot I had not been in one of these in a while, and it looks great. It's just a pretty sexy truck in a way. Here we go, out onto the highway. Got in sport mode, which is going to tighten the suspension up, and you actually do have Brembo brakes, but what's crazy is it actually flattens itself out. It's no small truck by any means, but the athletic prowess of something of this size, I mean, it's definitely well above par. And you still have a lot of pull from this engine, which is like, come on, let's go, and here we go. Barely hear the faint whine of the supercharger, but pulls all the way up. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm definitely gonna slow down there. Well, it's a quiet afternoon and we're out for a cruise. When you look at the aerodynamics of this truck from the outside, it looks like a brick in a way. But when you consider that we're going at a higher velocity clip on the highway right now, it is library quiet in here. I wouldn't say Lexus LS quiet, but I would say Mercedes quiet. I'd say BMW quiet. It's probably quieter than a 7 Series. Maybe not the new one, but the previous generation. So, I mean, they've done their homework. And you know, it's funny. You hear people in the industry talk about this particular model of Range Rover. They go, "Oh yeah, it's the HSE," you know, as if that's the model designation for this. There's the Range Rover, which is what this is, and then there's the Range Rover Sport, which is the smaller model. We see a lot more Range Rover Sports than we do see the full size, because I think it's just because they sell more of those. But this is the most luxurious truck you could own. People could argue that the Cayenne Turbo is a good challenger. I don't think so. It doesn't do luxury like this does. This is probably the best truck to do a cross-country adventure in. It's 4-wheel drive. You can do it in all 4 seasons. The off-roading prowess is unbelievable. When I was managing Land Rover, I got to go on a couple of those like one-day expeditions in these, and they're really unbelievably capable off-road. You know, you're hanging off the side of a hill thinking the thing's gonna roll over, but it's all designed with low center of gravity. But I don't know, if you're spending your money anywhere else on something, it better be pretty damn impressive. You know, I don't know how people couldn't like this. I mean, it's distinctive, it's luxurious, it's fast, it's comfortable. It's really like a sport utility that I guess could probably assimilate the most of the S-Class. Even more so than the BMW, because BMW really did initially engineer this platform, so it really drove a lot like a BMW, but they've made some great improvements. In the 07s, a lot more sound deadening material, not that it was bad to begin with, but probably one of the nicest driving trucks on the road, because guess what, at 90 to 100 miles an hour, it's as quiet as virtually any luxury sedan you can find out there. And I only know that because I've done that on a racetrack. In my hand here, I got some great information. I've got a copy of the Carfax and AutoCheck Vehicle History Report. It's a one-owner car on both, just a couple of registration events, and that's essentially it, but it does score perfectly. On the other hand, I also have the original window sticker on here, and as I said, the supercharged models really do come loaded. The only option on this car is the rear DVD system, $2,500 option at that, and the MSRP on this new, $95,250, so no small chunk of change. But check us out on our website. You'll find it at chicagocarsdirect.com, where you'll see a ton more photos of it. And when you're done with that, check out our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/chicagocarsdirect. And we're on Facebook now, where we're seeing a lot more of our friends. But thanks for spending some time with us. We'll see you again next time.